Now, lately, Candace has been defending quite a string of scummy men, okay? It's not just Andrew Tate, okay? There's also Harvey Weinstein, Russell Brand, okay? It seems like if there's a guy accused of doing terrible things, if there's a guy convicted of doing terrible things, Candace seems to be all too willing to jump in and protect them, right? Now, why she does this, not entirely sure. Now, in Andrew Tate's case, I think it's because it's the audience she's trying to appeal to. Like, as we've already heard, it seems like Candace is very more about appealing to what her subscribers want, or what she thinks her subscribers want, than actually having any morals or values or saying what she really believes is right, okay? And also, as well, you know, like, obviously there's a lot of young men online who look up to Andrew Tate, and, you know, she probably wants their views as well, okay? And, you know, obviously, the more views she gets, more attention she's getting, and the more money she makes on YouTube. So, with Andrew Tate, I suspect that. When it comes to Russell Brand, now he's accused of rape and, you know, a few other things, and some things he has actually admitted to, like, I mean, Russell Brand is honest about the fact that in the past, he was on drugs, and that he was addicted to sex, and that the way he acted, you know, wasn't very good, although he claims that the sex he had was always consensual, but he does kind of admit to being a degenerate in the past, okay? Now, Candace Owens does believe that Russell Brand is guilty of raping at least one woman, okay? And we know that she thinks that because, like, she said it, like, she's gone through this whole text conversation that Russell Brand had with one of the alleged victims, where he was apologising to her, and it looked like highly likely that he's apologising, you know, for abusing her.
But in the circumstance of this particular Los Angeles woman, according to the investigation and the messages that have been produced to verify what she said in the statement, you know, that Russell Brand raped her, apologized to her for raping her, and she went immediately to a rape crisis center, and her visit to that rape crisis center way back in 2012 has been confirmed. So, I have read these text messages between her and Russell Brand, and as I said, this looks legitimate to me. I don't think that Russell Brand has yet spoken out and said that these are doctored messages. So how can we look at these messages and say that this woman is lying? So as a first part of this, just talking about that, we can read these messages. Russell writes to her, and again, I'll say allegedly because maybe he's going to come out and say that these were doctored. I'm sorry, that was crazy and selfish. I hope you can forgive me. I know that you're a lovely person. X. The date on this is July of 2012. She responds and she says, you scared the out of me. You're right, I am a lovely person, and for you to take advantage of me like that is unacceptable. You have a problem. You need help. It's dangerous that you think you can get your own way all the time. Do you know how scary you are when that glazed look comes over you? When a girl says no, it means no. Do I have to go and get myself tested? Last time, you asked me condom or no condom. When I say condom, that doesn't mean that it's optional. You don't have the best reputation. I pride myself on being safe and trying to make the right decisions. Obviously, this was a bad one. I'm so disappointed. He then responds and says, I'm very sorry. You don't need to get tested. I will make this up to you somehow with life and kindness. Not my original idea, which was more sex. You've been lovely to me, and I'm embarrassed by my behavior. And then later on, looks like a month later, she never answered him, and he said, will you ever forgive me? Now, when you read that message, maybe you could read into this any other way. You could say, well, maybe he just didn't use a condom and she didn't, you know, and that was the problem. Like, obviously they had consensual sex in the past. And then obviously she said no to something. This is what we can assume from this message. And Russell Brand proceeded to do whatever he wanted to do with a glazed look in his eye. She then, as we learned, within 24 hours went to a rape crisis center. So yes, these allegations are credible. And I just want to make that statement that despite the fact that we may all love who Russell Brand is today, and I do love who Russell Brand is today, when Russell Brand was a commie leftist and the media applauded him and put him everywhere, that he was a drug addict. He was a sex addict. He was in his addictions, and he was being celebrated by the same media that is now trying to take him down. And that is the portion that is suspicious. Why did the media wait until Russell Brand was clean and sober and married and having his third child, right, on the brink of having his third child, as he is right now, and speaking out about trying to, and I felt this, you know, when I sat down with him the first time, that he is redeeming himself. Why wait until 11 years to bring forth these allegations?
Okay, so as we can see, Candace Owens is capable of looking at the evidence in the Russell Brand case and saying that, like, yes, she believes that the woman is telling the truth. She does believe that Russell Brand raped her. And it's really interesting how Candace is able to come to that conclusion when she looks at the evidence against Russell Brand. But for some reason, when she looks at all the mountains of evidence against Andrew Tate, all his self-snitching, the text conversations where he's admitted raping a woman, text conversations that he's had with many women, and most recently as well, there's been allegations that Lauren Southern has made, and she's got text conversations as well, as evidence, as well as like evidence like from a doctor that she was that shows signs that she was strangled. Okay, so there's mountains and mountains of evidence against Andrew Tate, yet she claims he's innocent, and I think obviously she knows that he's guilty, because there's no way that she can look at the evidence against Russell Brand and say, like, oh, well, yeah, it looks like this woman's telling the truth, it does look like he raped her, but then all the mountains of evidence, you know, against the Tate brothers, and she's just going to dismiss that and make out like not only are they innocent, but they're brilliant role models for men. Okay, so yeah, that's weird. But anyway, she still, even though she believes that Russell Brand is guilty, she still believes that he should escape prison time because, oh, it's in the past. Some I disagree with. Okay, it's like I do think that, yeah, people can make mistakes in the past and then change and learn and grow and be better people. Okay, and okay, Russell Brand might have, you know, given up the drugs and not be addicted to sex, and you know, he might not be a danger around women anymore, but he's still, like, if he's guilty, he's still done a horrific thing. Okay, and like, I do think that you know, would, you know, deserve to be punished for that. Okay, and but also is like, I mean, Russell Brand has supported Andrew Tate, so I'm sorry, I just think that that's not redeemable. If you do something as bad as raping somebody, like, no, in my opinion, that's not forgivable, and I don't know, but I kind of suspect a lot of this, like, now that he's claiming to be a Christian, I think, is that actually true, or is this, like, maybe partly because he knows that the people on the right are more likely to be forgiving towards a rapist, because as we know, they like Andrew Tate, the president, you know, he's been found guilty of sexual abuse by a civil court, and you know that some people on the right just don't seem to care. Okay, you like Candace Owens doesn't. Okay, so he's sort of better off sucking up to those people. But also, like, if he gets convicted, it might make a good impression on the judge, mightn't it? If he says, like, well, look, I've cleaned up my act, I'm a Christian now, I'm on here praying every day and, you know, doing good and all that. So, I mean, part of me wonders if this is just, like, you know, put on, and but I don't know. I don't know Russell Brand's mind, but I'm skeptical there. But anyway, yeah, so Candace Owens defends him, and thinks he should escape prison. Now, Harvey Weinstein, okay, now this guy, he had been accused of rape and, like, sexual harassment by over 80 women, alright? And, you know, I mean, obviously he wasn't convicted on everything that he's accused of, but, like, he's been found guilty, so, you know, he's been found guilty beyond any reasonable doubt, okay? So I tend to think that when somebody's been found guilty, that means that they are guilty, okay? I know that wrongful convictions do happen. There are people, sadly, who have been wrongfully convicted of crimes before, and that is horrible. But that is rare, okay? Most of the time, if somebody has been, proven beyond any reasonable doubt that they're guilty, they normally are guilty, okay? Yeah, God knows why Candace is, so convinced that he's innocent. She goes on about, she criticises the Me Too movement a lot, okay? And seems to see it as a bit of a witch hunt. And it's like, it's one of these things, right? It's like, I do think that there are some women who, not stable, got obviously some kind of mental health issue, or maybe they're just evil, I don't know. There are some women who do make false allegations, right? But then I also do believe that there's obviously been plenty of men in positions of power that have, exploited that power, and that there have been guys that have raped women, and I think kind of thought that they could get away with it because they're in positions of power. The thing is that, he's got so many allegations against him and so much evidence that you can't just, ignore it and just, fob it off. And, I'm gonna play a bit of, there was this, hidden tape recording of Harvey Weinstein when he was trying to get a woman to go up to his room with him, and, she was saying no, and she was quite openly saying that he is making her feel uncomfortable, that he's sexually assaulted her before, she mentions that he grabbed her breast before against her will, and he just says, oh well, that's normal, okay. And he's being really pushy and not taking no for an answer, okay. So I'm gonna just play a little bit of this.
I'm telling you right now.
What do we have to do here?
Nothing. I'm going to take a shower. You sit there and have a drink. Water.
I don't drink.
Have
Can
a
I
glass of
stay
water.
on the bar?
No, you must come here now.
No.
Please.
No, I don't want to.
I'm not doing anything with you.
I
now
know.
you're embarrassing me.
I'm sorry, I
No,
cannot.
come in
No,
here.
yesterday was a kind of aggressive for
I
me.
know.
I need to know a person to
I
be
won't
touched.
do a thing.
I don't want
Do a thing, please. I swear I won't. Just sit with me. Don't embarrass me in the hotel. I'm here all the time.
I
Sit
know,
with me.
but I don't
promise.
want to.
Please sit there. Please. 1 minute.
No,
I
I
ask
can't.
you. Go to the bathroom.
Please, I don't want to do something I don't want
Go
to.
to the bathroom. Come here. Listen to me.
I want to go downstairs.
I'm not going to do anything. You'll never see me again after this. Okay? That's it. If you embarrass me in this hotel,
I'm not
I'll stay.
embarrassing you. It's just that I don't feel comfortable.
Honey, don't have a fight with me in the
It's not
hall.
nice.
Please, I'm not going to do anything. I swear, my children. Please come in. On everything. I'm a famous guy.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable right
Please
now.
come in now. And 1 minute. And if you want to leave, when the guy comes with my
Why
jacket, you can go.
yesterday you touched my breast?
Oh, please, I'm sorry. Just come on. I'm used to that.
But
Come on.
are you used
Please.
to that?
Yes, come in. Because
No, but I'm not used to
I
that.
won't do it again. Come on. Sit here. Sit here for a minute, please.
No, I don't want
If
to.
you do this now, you will embarrass me. But no. Fine. Never call me again. Okay? I'm sorry. I promise you I won't do anything.
I know, but yesterday was too
The
much
guy is
for me.
coming. I will never do another thing to you. 5 minutes. Don't ruin your friendship with me for 5 minutes.
I know, but it's kind of it's too much for me. I can't.
Please, you're making a big scene here.
No,
Please.
but I want to leave.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.
Okay, I mean, you can tell right there that he's somebody who he doesn't respect women. He doesn't take no for an answer. He clearly admitted to a sexual assault then, because she said, oh, you grabbed my breast. He didn't deny it. He said, oh, that's normal. Okay, so it's I mean, with that tape recording alone, you can tell that he's not somebody who'll take no for an answer. I mean, obviously you'd need more than that to go on for him to be convicted, but he has been convicted. Okay, so he has been proven guilty beyond any reasonable doubt, yet for some reason Candace Owens wants to jump in and defend him, and it gets you thinking, why does she always want to defend such scummy men? Why? She can't possibly think that, every man that gets convicted of rape is, like, innocent, really. Or as we've heard with, like, Russell Brand, I mean, she thinks he's guilty of raping at least one woman, but still thinks he should escape punishment. It's like, why is she all about jumping in to defend these guys? It's really, like, weird. Okay. Now, in one of the interviews that Candace Owens did with Tristan Tate, they talked about the problem of paedophiles. Okay. Now, I kind of think that, like, for Candace to have a conversation about that with Tristan Tate when she knows that the Tate brothers have groomed underage girls, they're charged with, like, putting minors on webcam, okay, because I think you have to be 18 before they're allowed to be on webcam. And both Andrew and Tristan Tate have, like, groomed girls, like, as young as 15 before, and Candace knows that.
The first example I have is of Tristan grooming a 16-year-old girl who he had attempted to recruit into webcam pornography into anal sex. He is still currently under investigation for attempting to traffic this child. This happened in 2020 when Tristan was 30 years old. First, we can see Tristan suggest bringing other girls in for threesomes to this young girl who he already has an intimate relationship with. We can see him suggest anal sex and say that it will make him happy if she does it for him. Later, we can see Tristan find out that she is only 16 and had been lying about her age. When the girl said that she had been lying because she wanted to have him and was afraid of telling the truth, Tristan said to her, "You know, in Romania the legal age for sex is 15, right? I wouldn't have been so scared." The girl says, "I'm still underage. In 2 months I'm 17, so it's still not okay." Tristan replied with, "Underage for what? Porn, yes, but we didn't make porn." Tristan went on to ask what else she lied about and if he can trust her. When she asked what she can do to help Tristan trust her again, Tristan says a few things. She says, "Okay, tell me." He said, "You want to be with me forever?" She says, "Yes, I promised that to you." Again, this is all after Tristan found out this girl was 16 years old. Tristan told this girl that he needs to punish her. He said, "For the next 10 times we have sex, it is only in your eyes." She said, "Okay, I deserve it." Tristan asked, "You never had anal sex before me, right?" She said, "Never." He told her that before they do it, she must prepare properly for it so it is more comfortable. It's what porn girls and video chat girls do to make it easier. He told her to Google how to prepare for anal sex and to buy the things that she needs to make it more comfortable for them both. Tristan told her that he was mad at her, and she said she was mad at herself. He told her that if she does everything he asks, that he'll keep her and trust her again with time. He said we will see if she obeys him about the aims. She said that she will, and she ordered the stuff. Tristan responded by saying, "Good girl." True, bottom of the barrel degeneracy. I need to remind you all that the Tates are United States citizens. According to the Protect Act of 2003, it is a crime for a United States citizen to make sexual contact with a person under 18 years old while they are overseas. Both Tate brothers have bragged about committing this crime countless times.
And the true abundance mindset of you can have the pick of the crop. You can have the world's most attractive women. I mean, one of my main chicks has 200,000 Instagram followers, and I took her virginity when she was 17. I took her virginity when she was 17.
All right, so to talk about that with Tristan Tate, even though apparently the definition of a paedophile is actually somebody who is attracted to children before they go into puberty. And there's another word for people that are attracted to teenagers. But, you know, obviously either way it's wrong, okay? And Candace knows this, so to talk about this sort of problem with Tristan Tate is...
You have Candace Owens, who, those of you listening who don't know, Candace has went on the offensive for Andrew in some quite disturbing ways. She's married to someone named George Farmer. George Farmer is an old-time friend of Andrew Tate. In an interview, George Farmer says he knew Andrew since before he was Andrew. So they go way back. That leads to a whole bunch of other questions. If you've known Andrew for a really long time, back in his pimping days, what do you know exactly? So Candace has made several videos trying to defend him. She went as far as making an attack video and went incredibly hard on the American victim. So the American victim definitely has a checkered past. This is the type of victim that some of these traffickers prey on. They look for, you know, women who are vulnerable, women who have troubled backgrounds. There was a man who was 54 years old, 52, 54, I believe. He was essentially raping her when she was 15 years old, and another minor. The mother hired a private detective, photographed them through a window, raping the 15-year-old child. He was convicted, sentenced to prison for 24 years. Happened with 2 students. He lost his appeal. Candace Owens made a video trying to defame and slander the American victim, stating that she has falsely accused this man who had been convicted by a court of law and that he should not be in prison. Now, here's the crazy part. She wouldn't say the man's name who was convicted, which is Keith Fox. And she says, because there was a minor involved, I'm not going to say his name. And she would beep out his name. But she said the victim's name over and over and over and over and over again, but protected I'm going to call him a pedophile. Candace Owens made those types of videos, really sticking her neck out, trying to defend him. Can only imagine she's doing that with help of her husband, who's like, yeah, help protect these guys. You have a platform. Patrick Bet-Davids, I don't know why he's doing it. Tucker Carlson, I don't know why he's doing it. We know through a video, Joseph McBride, Tate's U.S. lawyer, his second U.S. lawyer, he says that he's the one who set up the Tucker interview. I don't know if some of them just don't understand the gravity of what's happening because they believe these guys, or if they don't care, or if they just don't know. They're just not paying attention.
It makes sense that teenage boys would fall for this whole, we just help people go viral on TikTok. When you're looking at Candace Owens, I mean, she's been around the block. She knows what's going on in a lot of different areas. And the conservative position is more commonly to be anti-trafficking. It's really going against the norm here. Why are these conservatives turning this around? It just seems absolutely bizarre.
I want to add one more thing here before we move on in terms of just overall connections. In their war room, it's alleged they have some pretty influential people. One of the gentlemen who used to be in the war room, it's my understanding he's no longer there. His name is Jacob Wall. That name rings a bell. He was paid $25,000 by Ghislaine Maxwell, who was Jeffrey Epstein's accomplice, to smear Epstein's victims, tried to get the prosecutor fired, and tried to stall their sex trafficking investigation against her. So this was a war room member and somebody Andrew knew. It's a tangled web, and a lot of it doesn't make sense.